Hey there, YouTubers. It's your old pal Spidey here, your friendly internet spiderman. And since I seem to be on a controversial topic kind of spiel this past week since I've been on, I'll talk about a lot of the different controversial subjects first. And the controversial subject I want to get on today is homosexuality. There's people out there who believe that it's wrong, immoral, and against nature, and they shouldn't have rights, and they shouldn't be allowed to marry, and all that stuff. Well, first, let me bring to subject right here that in the Bible it does say that it is wrong, it is against everything. But here's the thing. When you think about it logically, okay, if you want the species to survive, homosexuality is not the best way for species to survive. But you have to understand now that we live in a time where we don't need as many people anymore. We got over 300 million people in this country. I think we can afford maybe a few guys and a few girls to get together and share a significant relationship with each other. As on the grounds of marriage, I think everybody has the right to be unhappy with their marriage. I think, and here's the thing about it. Okay, lawyers make a lot of money in cases that involve divorce and spouse legal matters. You know how much money would actually be going into, the legal system there? It's not like the legal system really needs much money anymore, but still, I think we need to get out of this whole, I guess the whole closet about more tolerance, okay, and of course you'll have those people, the very right-wing people, saying, oh, it doesn't really matter, marriage is a bond between a man and a woman. There's the thing right there. Okay, well, if gays aren't allowed to marry, then celebrities shouldn't be allowed to marry. They say, these people saying that marriage is a sanctified union between two people. Well, they say between a man and a woman. I say between two people because it seems more general that way. These celebrities have very bad relationships with each other. They get together and then they divorce after like a month. If they should be allowed to marry, if celebrities were to get married, they shouldn't be called a marriage. It should be called like a business consolidation. Because think about it. You got two names. You got two names right here. You have like Ben Affleck Incorporated and Jennifer Lopez, Company and Brothers, and they join together and they make Benifer Incorporated and Brothers. Technically speaking, like that, they share the money. What do businesses do when they get together? They share money and they share the assets of certain things that they get in return. And then when they divorce, they divide the assets. So, marriage is like a business, really. And I personally think marriage is a little overrated. Originally, people got married so that they could help, alleviate certain monetary, problems within each other. Yes, they could get married for love. That's very nice. People should get married because they love each other. But as people keep getting more independent, marriage is more of a little bit, it should be more about love now, since people are becoming more independent. But for some reason, people just want to get married for the hell of it, which I don't really agree. I think, if you're going to get married, you might as well better make a responsible decision about it. And this goes for, gays too. Everybody should be allowed to have marriage. Who exactly is, and here's the thing. Okay, there's two kinds of marriage. You can get married by the state and married by the church. Gays don't have to get married by the church unless their church says is okay, which some I've heard of that do that. Gays can be married by the state, and it could be considered a union, and then that makes all marriages done by the state called a union, and anything done by a church can be called a marriage. That way a marriage is a ceremonial, religious celebration and action, while a union of two couples, well, not two couples, two people together makes a union. I don't know, civil union, because civil unions don't get the same right as married couples. But then here's the thing, then you can still call anybody married by the state a civil union. Really, I think domestic union. I think a civil domestic union sounds rather, legit and PC. It's like I pronounce you, instead of them saying man and wife, they say, oh, okay, hey, you guys want to get married? Okay, fine. Appear in front of the judge. Tell me, show all your paperwork that you're not related, that you don't have, any criminal background or something. Like, well, really, I don't. That's bullshit. There, I don't care. I'm just making that up. But that they're not brother and sister of any relation, and the judge finds it, legal, and they stamps it, and they're married. That's how it should be, with the state. And then if they were doing it with the church, then they say, I pronounce you man and wife under the name of God in the house of the Holy Son, Father, and Ghost. That would be considered a marriage. And in the state it would just be called a union between two domestic partners. And by looking at it that way, you kind of resolve a little bit of the problems, and of course then you kind of split people into two different groups, but I don't see the problem with it. I think gays should be allowed to marry. I think gays should have rights. I think the couples should be allowed to share the custody of the children that they adopt. I think that gays should be allowed to adopt. I live in Indiana. Here I heard that Indiana, the Republicans were trying to work on a way to keep gay couples from other states from adopting, or at least even gays adopting children. Now, of course, Indiana is a rather backwards kind of conservative state, although Obama did win us. That's a plus right there. I don't know how my county voted, but here's the thing. This is the whole gay marriage thing is just like abortion, and I'll leave a video about abortion later. But it's just a topic to divide people. See, and what do you do when you divide people? They're easier to control. They've done psychological experiments like this by having a group of people in a competition against each other. They're more likely to hate each other and not get along. While if they have a goal that they both have to accomplish, they both can get along. And see, the politicians do this on purpose to divide us, to keep us in control. Well, that was my little spiel about a little bit of marriage, politics, and gay rights and gay marriage. And so this is your friendly internet Spider-Man saying farewell and Excelsior. And if you have any questions or any comments or concerns, drop me a line at friendly internet Spider-Man, all one word, at yahoo.com.